Hi, everybody. My name's Scott Stewart. I'm the Center Director here at the West Tennessee Research and Education Center. And although I've been at the center for 18 years, I just started in this role. And in fact, when I recorded this, I'm not in the role yet. I start October 1st. My goal is to give you a little bit of an overview of the station and what we do here. I apologize, it has to be this way, but it is 2020, and I'm sure you understand. What I'm going to do is share some slides with you, and we'll go through a little bit of the information about the center. So in way of background, we're part of the UT Institute of Agriculture, which includes ag research and extension. It also includes, besides our center, 9 other research and education centers really spread throughout the state. We are, however, the oldest center. We were established in 1907, and our specific mission, which matches the mission of UTIA, is to identify agricultural and landscape problems, discover and deliver those solutions to our stakeholders. We are somewhat unique in that we're the only station that houses multiple UT faculty from several different departments. We also house staff for the UT Institute of Public Safety and scientists from the USDA Crops, Genetics, and Production Unit, which work primarily with soybean. Overall, the station has 65 full-time employees located here, 12 to 15 of which are UT faculty or emeritus faculty, and a number of temporary seasonal employees are also hired annually. So quick geography, we're located in Jackson, which is about halfway between Memphis and Nashville. The Milan Research and Education Center is located about 30 minutes north, and the Ames Plantation, another center, is located about an hour south. We're located right in the heart of Madison County, and it's somewhat of a unique location in that we have a pretty strong urban influence, being right on the edge of Jackson, but also being right on the edge of some pretty intensive agricultural production. It's kind of a good position because it gives us an opportunity to interact with stakeholders from rural areas and urban areas. So with that preliminary introduction, I'd like to introduce you to the West Tennessee Research and Education Center. We're going to be zooming in on the headquarters building, but before we get too far along, I really want to back up for a little bit and take a little broader look at the station. So the station here is outlined in white. Give you a few facts and figures. We have about 650 acres within that white polygon you're looking at. A little over half of that is in crop production: corn, soybean, cotton, and wheat, with a splash of some specialty crops. We have about 277 acres of forestry, which is located in this area, about 10 acres of ornamentals and an arboretum, and 5 acres of turf grass. So heading back to the main building, it was completed in 1989. It's undergone some pretty extensive renovations in the last several years. It has 60 offices, 4 conference rooms, and 4 laboratories. And we have a lot of meetings at the station. The whole west side of the building here is essentially a conference area. So it's a well-utilized facility, especially again because we are in a relatively urban area. So continuing our tour down the station, I wanted to show you this video, which is going to encompass a lot of our garden areas. Now, this was just taken the other day. It's not quite in its full glory in terms of blooms and stuff, but you can see we have beautiful grounds. It's something everybody compliments us on. They're well maintained, and we'll talk more about that later. And you can also see some of the turf demonstration and research that we have ongoing. Now we're heading kind of towards the back of the station. This is towards the north. So I mentioned the gardens. The UT Gardens located here in Jackson are part of the State Botanical Gardens. Other locations include Crossville at the Plateau Research and Education Center, and also UT Knoxville Ag Campus. We also have a level 3 arboretum located here, and we use these things. They're used for not only show and tell, but also for research on the performance of ornamentals. We also, as I mentioned before, have turf demonstration and research at a somewhat limited level. So we had some really nice field days. Every 2nd July of every summer, we've been doing summer celebration, very highly attended field day about the ornamental industry. We have the fall plant sale and other events going on. And we always encourage respectful visitation of our grounds. Jason Reeves, I think he was pictured on the previous slide, is the person that maintains all of our ornamentals and does a wonderful job. So now we've gone a little bit farther north behind the main building, and I just wanted to make a couple of comments about the station. Of course, we have a lot of outbuildings, I guess you'd call them, but not all of them are outbuildings. We have 6 residents for farm staff, graduate students, visiting professors, postdocs, things of that nature. We have large equipment storage areas. We have a cotton gin. These are USDA facilities right here. So again, we're going towards the back of the station, and when you cross the bridge here, you'll see we have some grain bins. There's actually a building not showing up on this picture yet because it's an older picture. So again, I'm not going to detail all the things we have, but we have irrigation on a fair amount of the acres. We're also the site of a NOAA reference weather station and have been a site for that official weather station since 1891. So now that we're at the back of the station, which is somewhat evenly divided into cropping area and the forested area, we are a certified American tree farm. Dr. Merker is our resident forest expert, faculty member, and he maintains a lot of that. It takes some doing to be a certified American tree farm. That doesn't mean we're not going to log or take lumber off that forest, but it means we're going to manage those in a holistic way. Because we have this good mix of cropland and forested area, we have a very healthy, diverse wildlife population on the station. So we do science. Anytime you look at an experiment station, you're going to see alleys, lots of alleyways, and that's separating replicants, and that's integral to drawing scientific conclusions. You know, we're in the business of trying to provide scientifically based solutions to our growers. And you can see the multitude of crops and the large number of tests that are done on the station. You can also see there's some areas that aren't particularly good for research, at least not all research, because you have things like sand blows and such that show up on this picture. So annually at the station, we're doing usually over 100 research trials. Most of that would be field crop related, variety trials, tillage and fertility systems, pest management, irrigation, cover crops, precision ag. I've done some work personally on bees and agriculture, and our goal is really to support modern, sustainable agriculture. We don't do much organically. This is more for modern, large-scale production practices that are used for crops like corn, cotton, and soybean. So we're evaluating pesticides and GMO technologies rigorously here. Also, I've mentioned already, we have ornamental and horticultural research, the Red Bud Project, Turf Grass Project, and evaluation of ornamentals for various characteristics, including their aesthetic appeal, disease tolerance, things of that nature. We also use the center as a base of operations for doing research in grower fields. This helps us deliver things. This is a colleague harvesting a large-scale variety plot. And we do this in cooperation with extension and county agents that are present in the office or in the counties. So that was pretty short and sweet. I'd like to encourage you to visit anytime you can. We host many educational events. I've mentioned summer celebration and the fall plant sale, but we have cotton tours, cotton focus, weed tour, crop scouting schools, turf days, et cetera, et cetera. The list goes on and on. You know, our vision is to plant knowledge, cultivate diversity, and harvest solutions. So with that, I'm going to stop sharing my screen. I hope you all enjoy the rest of the day. Bye-bye.